Dreams break, gods fall, reality slips. Welcome to the dreaming. In the Sandman, dreams aren't just flickers of sleep, they're living, breathing constructs shaped by an ancient entity named Dream, aka Morpheus. He's one of the seven endless, think gods, but older, stranger, less forgiving.
Dream rules the dreaming.
A realm built from human dreams and nightmares. But when one of his creations, a nightmare called the Corinthian, goes off the leash, it triggers a century-long disaster. If you're trying to recall all the pieces of this cosmic puzzle, we're here to recap Season 1. After all, the story of the Dream Lord has many chapters to come. Caged God, Dream's imprisonment, the trouble begins with a nightmare gone rogue. The Corinthian, an eyeless, serial-killing monstrosity who sees through teeth in his sockets, escapes Dream's control. While Dream hunts him down, he's caught in a magical trap set not for him, but for death. In 1916, during World War I, occultist Roderick Burgess tries to capture Death to bring back his dead son. Instead, he catches Dream. Oops. The Corinthian shows up to admire the chaos, explains to Burgess who he's really got, and offers advice on how to keep him locked up. Dream is imprisoned in a glass cage in a basement for over a century. Burgess seizes Dream's tools, a leather pouch of sand, a helm shaped like a bone-white skull, and a ruby filled with Dream essence. He offers Dream freedom in exchange for power. Dream responds with silence. Outside, the world cracks. A mysterious sleeping sickness sweeps the globe. People stop waking up, dreams falter, the dreaming starts to rot. Meanwhile, Burgess's lover Ethel, pregnant with his child, steals the tools and runs to save herself from losing her baby. Burgess freaks. No tools, no leverage. But Dream remains mute. Years pass. Burgess's son Alex grows up, kills his father in a confrontation, and inherits the cage. Alex wants Dream to promise his lover's safety. Still, Dream waits. Then one day, Alex's partner Paul accidentally breaks the magical binding. Finally, Dream escapes in a bloody showdown. Ruins of the dreaming. Free but weakened, Dream limps back to the dreaming. What he finds is ruins. His once magnificent palace lies shattered. His creations missing. His librarian and loyal subject Lucien updates him. The realm has gone feral. Nightmares roam Earth. Dreams have disappeared. And Dream himself is too powerless to fix any of it. To regain his strength, Dream makes the ultimate call. A brutal choice to sacrifice Gregory, a beloved gargoyle raised by Cain and Abel. Dream absorbs his energy to summon the Fates. The Fates speak in riddles but give him leads on his lost tools. The pouch of sand is with an exorcist named Joanna Constantine. The helm somewhere in hell. The ruby in the hands of Ethel's son John D, locked up in a secure psych facility. So Dream sets out on a cosmic scavenger hunt. Sand, madness, and the nature of reality. On Earth, Ethel is now a powerful, ageless antiquities dealer. Her secret, a magical amulet traded for one of Dream's tools, protects her from death. When Corinthian shows up sniffing around, she fends him off with ease. Then she visits her son, John D, a deranged genius who killed people after stealing the ruby. Yeah, power corrupts. Ethel finally confesses his true parentage and the ruby's origin. Then, in a final act of twisted love, she gives John the protection amulet before instantly aging and dying. Just like that, John is loose. He is untouchable. A kind woman named Rosemary picks him up on the side of the road, unaware of who he is. She tries to help, even attempts to secretly call 911, but it ends with someone else getting killed. Still, John sees her kindness. In a rare moment of warped mercy, he rewards her with the protection amulet and lets her live. Now, with the ruby in hand, John is more powerful than ever, and humanity has a new threat, wrapped in blood, delusion, and madness. Meanwhile, Dream tracks Joanna Constantine mid-exorcism. They strike a deal, help him find the pouch, and he'll cure her relentless nightmare-fueled insomnia. She agrees. They find the pouch with her ex, Rachel, who's been wasting away, locked in an eternal dream. Dream retrieves the pouch and gently ends Rachel's suffering. One tool down. Next stop, hell. Lucifer, logic battles, and hellfire. Dream descends into Lucifer Morningstar's domain. It's not Dante's Inferno, it's worse. Lucifer is charming, cruel, and calculating. When Dream demands his helm back from the demon who stole it, they don't fight with swords. They duel in ideas. Fire versus forest, predator versus hunter, anti-life versus universe. But when all seems lost, Dream plays the ultimate trump card: hope. Even Lucifer can't beat that. Dream wins. Helm retrieved. Back on Earth, John Dee uses the ruby to make the world more honest. His misguided vision plays out in a diner, where he forces the patrons to speak and act out their most repressed truths. It ends in murder, mutilation, and despair. When Dream confronts him, John shatters the ruby, trying to destroy him entirely. But surprise, the ruby's power came from Dream himself. With it destroyed, Dream regains his full strength. Instead of killing John, Dream shows mercy, tucking him into a peaceful, endless sleep. But peace doesn't last. Dream's crisis of purpose hits. Death, immortality, and the lonely endless. Enter Death, not a scythe-wielding ghoul, but a kind, calm sibling who brings comfort to dying souls and guides them into the afterlife. She reminds Dream why the endless exist, not to rule, but to serve humanity. To underscore the point, Death brings up a centuries-old bet. Back in 1389, Dream overheard a man named Hob Gadling declare that death was for fools, and he'd simply skip it. As a joke, or maybe a lesson, death made him immortal. Dream, skeptical, returns every 100 years to ask Hob if he's tired of living. Every time, Hob says no. Life is still worth it. This companionship leads to a moment where Hob says what Dream needed to hear all along. You keep coming back because you're lonely. Dream storms off, but in the present day, having finally learned some humility, Dream meets Hob again and admits it's rude to keep a friend waiting. Desire's deadly vortex gambit. Enter Desire, slick, smug, and scheming. Desire and their twin sister Despair have been playing a long con to destroy their sibling Dream, even instigating the events that led to his imprisonment. Their dangerous weapon, Rose Walker. She is a dream vortex, a being who can collapse the boundary between dreams and waking realms, unraveling reality itself. She doesn't know it yet, but she's the ticking bomb. Rose is hunting for her lost brother Jed, with the help of her friend Lyda, who's having freaky dream sex with her dead husband Hector. They head to England, then Florida, tracking down leads. Unity Kincaid, a woman who mysteriously gave birth while trapped in an endless sleep during Dream's captivity, reveals herself as Rose's great-grandmother. Dream connects the dots. Unity was supposed to be the vortex, but since she was asleep, that power passed to Rose. Meanwhile, Jed's foster home is a nightmare, and in his dreams, he's a superhero guided by his mother, actually Galt, a rogue nightmare trying to be a dream. Dream captures Galt and scolds her, but softens. She was trying to help Jed, not harm him. He promises to remake her into something better. Then, plot twist. Lyda's dream pregnancy becomes real. Dream warns her, the baby belongs to him. Yikes! Lyda's not just dreaming a child, she's manifesting it, and it's Rose's fault. As a dream vortex, she's destabilizing everything.
Dream steps into Lyda's dream personally
and breaks the bad news. Hector isn't some noble spirit, he's a parasite, clinging to the dreaming like a tick, and it's time to send him back to the land of the dead.
Lyda screams.
Rose rages, Dream shrugs, and ends the dream like a teacher closing a textbook on the last day of school. SlaughterCon, serial killers unite. Rose's vortex power spirals into a chaotic mess. Enter the Corinthian, still free, still terrifying. He sees a chance to use Rose, overthrow Dream, and rule the dreaming. He lures her through Jed to a serial killer convention. Yes, that exists. Think Comic-Con for psychos. The Corinthian is their idol, their god, their bloody-eyed muse. Nothing says VIP invite like a mutilated corpse. Rose gets ready to head out solo, but Gilbert, the quirky, charming hotel guest, offers to tag along. Rose agrees, not realizing she just accepted help from a literal dream in disguise. He is actually Fiddler's Green, a sentient dream who ditched his responsibilities to play human. While Gilbert scrambles to warn her, Rose is attacked by a predator named Funland, who had his sight on Jed. Corinthian kills this pedophile dressed like a deranged mall Santa without breaking a sweat and pretends to be her savior. His plan? Use her to end Morpheus, crown her queen of a new dreaming. But Rose, not stupid, smells manipulation. Before Corinthian can seal the deal, he struts into the convention hall and delivers a TED Talk for serial killers. He basks in their admiration until Dream crashes the party. Corinthian stabs him, and it works. Rose's vortex power is weakening Dream. Corinthian begins monologuing. Classic villain mistake. But this battle isn't his. It's Rose's. She's done being a pawn. She takes control, restores the veil, and ends the madness. Dream uncreates Corinthian, leaving behind only a skull with teeth for eyes. With Corinthian dust, Dream turns to the gathered killers and does something worse than killing them. He shows them who they really are. Not special, not chosen, just monsters. The illusion crumbles. Some cry, some die. Some give themselves up to the cops and others run. Bloodlines and betrayals. Back in the dreaming, the real climax unfolds. Rose's vortex powers can't be contained. Dream tells her she has to die or the universe burns. Rose, brave and broken, agrees. Then, Unity Kincaid reappears. She should have been the vortex all along. She reveals that while she was unconscious, she was impregnated by Desire, meaning Rose is a child of the Endless. Desire set it all up. Force Dream to kill family, break sacred ancient laws, and self-destruct. Dream sees it now. Unity takes the vortex into herself and dies. Rose lives. Crisis averted. For now, Dream confronts Desire. They gloat, but Dream doesn't flinch. The warning is clear. Next time, he won't be alone. Death and destiny will side with him. The war on the horizon. In the aftermath, Dream changes.
He remakes Galt as a dream, not as a nightmare.
Even Lucien, long weary of his arrogance, sees a king trying to be better.
Lyta has her baby.
Dream doesn't interfere. Rose writes her story in New York. Life goes on. But shadows shift, vengeance brews. Brooding and venomous Lucifer Morningstar, humiliated in hell, plots revenge. With Azazel and other lords, she eyes not just Dream, but the dreaming, the waking world, and the Silver City itself. Calliope and the cursed muse Coda. In the bonus episode, we meet Calliope, a Greek muse imprisoned and repeatedly raped by Erasmus Fry, an old author trading her trauma for inspiration. Near death,
He gives her to rising star Richard Maddock.
Maddock hesitates, then gives in. Fame tastes good. Calliope calls on her former lover, Morpheus. Freshly unchained himself, Dream answers. He curses Maddock with endless inspiration. Thousands of ideas swarm him like locusts. He begs for mercy. Calliope is freed. She asks Dream to lift the curse. He does. Then she asks to visit the dreaming, to mourn their dead son, Orpheus. Dream hesitates. One day, he promises. Season 1 ends with change in the air. Dream is healing, growing, but the storm ahead is biblical. Lucifer waits. The Endless are watching, and Dream, now fully restored, prepares for war. Not with nightmares, with gods. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to First Curiosity. The dreaming is just beginning.